With that, the chair now recognizes the ranking minority member for any statement.
Thank you, Chairman. It is indeed good to be back in this committee room so that we can do everything we can to assist tribes in your work, because it is really your work that we are here to support, because it is your work that is aimed at protecting sacred sites, that's aimed at developing tribal lands and economic development, and implementing tribal sovereignty. It's our job to help you get there. And the bills that we are looking at today do just that. We know that tourism provides Native communities with significant opportunities to share and preserve their cultures, create jobs, and strengthen local economies. In H.R. 4276 would further support the resiliency of Native communities in Hawaii by clarifying the authority of federal agencies to provide grants to tribes, tribal organizations, and Native Hawaiian organizations for recreational travel and tourism activities. This is a bill that came over to us from the Senate with bipartisan support, and I look forward to having it have similar bipartisan support in the House. And with regards to the Chairman's Indian Trust Asset Reform Amendment Act, it would give tribes more authority over how they manage their trust assets. And indeed, we held a hearing in the same committee on ITARA earlier this year. Witnesses shared with us the importance of ITARA, but also the challenges that are faced with its implementation, and sadly, the low participation rate by tribes. So the Chairman's bill doesn't just continue ITARA, it takes an important step to improve it so that more tribes can participate and they can utilize it for additional activities like wildfire mitigation work. We also heard, however, at the ITARA hearing that the experts were telling us that we need funding, because we need to recognize that all of this great work we are talking about, it only happens with boots on the ground. And to get boots on the ground, you actually have to pay staff to show up, whether it is at their desk or out in the community. And sadly, we have seen the Trump administration slash budgets for tribes and tribal activity, and I am very pleased at the manner in which Congress has responded by restoring that funding in our proposed appropriations. So I'm looking forward to making sure that even as we pass this bill, that we work together to get the appropriations to support it so that we can have that personnel. The H.R. 5682 would take in approximately 1,261 acres of land into trust in Riverside County, California, and managed by the BLM for the benefit of the Pechanga Band of Indians. This area being taken into trust for the Pechanga Band of Indians allows you to steward your lands within your ancestral territory. We know, because you have shared with us, how deeply connected these lands are to your history, to your story, and they should be in your hands and management. And I look forward to hearing from you about that legislation. And finally, we have H.R. 5696 from Representative Lamalfa. We do need to improve the process of taking land into trust, and improving the appraisal process is key. Listen, before I was in Congress, I hand-delivered a land into trust application for Taos Pueblo to the BIA. It took way too many years for that to move forward. The appraisal process was one of it. It ended up costing a lot of money, a lot of lost opportunity, because prices increase, costs increase while we are waiting for the BIA to do its job. But we also know that this is a complex area and that we need to make sure we get implementation right. I love the intent of this bill, look forward to working with the advocacy organizations, with the organizations who are on the ground, who understand how to get this done, as well as the sponsor, to make sure that we can work on the bill to carry out its intent. And so with that, I look forward to hearing your testimony, and I yield back, Mr. Chair.